What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Backwoods Escape. Reporting once again from home. I still just haven't been able to get out. I'm going to be hopefully going on a really cool trip at the end of April / beginning of March up in the Trinity Alps wilderness in Northern California. But until then, I am reporting from home, but it's not going to stop me from reviewing some gear because there's still plenty of gear that I can talk about and break down for you. And so on this week's episode, I am reviewing the Western Mountaineering Flash Booties. So if you watched last week's episode where I reviewed my hollow socks, I did allude to these, and if you didn't see that hollow socks review, you can go ahead and check it out right here. But I alluded to these booties being used on that trip where I also tested the hollow socks. So one of the very first videos that I created on this channel, I think either the second or third video, I reviewed my Tundra aerogel socks. So if this is your first time seeing this channel, one thing I always talk about is I just have an issue of my feet getting cold whenever I go to sleep. I can be in my sleeping bag, my entire body can be warm, but my feet will still be cold. So it's something that I've always had to deal with, and I'm always finding solutions. So in that video for my Tundra aerogel socks, which by the way, if you have not seen that one, you can go ahead and check that one out right here. I do like those socks. I have very positive things to say about that. I still use those to this day. However, in that video, I did state that once you get down into the 20s, they just don't really hold up, right? So they are basically my summer to early fall, feet warming piece of gear that I use out there. Once it drops down into the 30s, just from experience, I still suffer from getting cold feet with those Tundra aerogel socks. So because of that, I was looking for a new solution for when temperatures really start to dip to the 20s or lower. So I wanted to give these Western Mountaineering Flash Booties a try. So as you can see here, they are very puffy. They're basically like almost like a little goose down jacket, but for your feet. There's lots of goose down in these. They're built with 850 goose down. They have a nylon exterior, and then they have a foam insole right here. So they are very comfortable. And because of the fact that it is 850 fill goose down, even though they're big, it does compress pretty well. I can even bend these and just stick them into the side of my pack somewhere. That being said, these are bigger and bulkier than my Tundra aerogel socks. I could fit both of the Tundra aerogel socks inside just one of these. So they are bulkier, but the good news is that they aren't heavy. They just weigh 3 ounces altogether. So it's more the size and the amount of size that it's going to take up in your pack that's kind of the issue, but not necessarily the weight. You're not really going to feel these inside of your pack. Now, people do say that with these soles, the foam soles, that you can walk around camp, once you're back from your trip and you're settling down for the night. I have not done that simply because it just doesn't feel super strong. I can easily see like a rock, kind of cutting into this down here. It's supposed to still protect against that, but I would just rather, kind of be careful and not get any rips on this. Plus, I don't like getting dirt inside of my sleeping bag or mud, inside my sleeping bag if I'm walking around camp wearing these. So I strictly wear these when I am sleeping. So how was the performance? Well, the performance was really good, and I think I do finally have my solution for when it gets down to 20 degrees or lower when I'm sleeping. So actually, in my other video reviewing the hollow socks, I did allude to this. I actually had to take these off because my feet were so blazing hot when I put them on. Now, that could have also been the combination with the hollow socks that I was wearing, because those actually had extremely strong performance. But with those hollow socks and these, I actually had to take these off because my feet actually could not handle it. That is definitely a first for me whenever I am out in the wilderness. I've never had to be in a situation where my feet are too warm when I am in my sleeping bag. So very impressed by these, and so these will definitely be my new solution going forward when it comes to extremely cold temperatures. Now, it wasn't actually, cold when I wore these. I would say the coldest it got was like 29, 30, so it's kind of like right at that edge. But because of the fact that in that, 29 to 30 degree weather and my feet were so hot that I take these off, it tells me that, once it gets down to 20 and 15, that these will definitely still hold up, especially if I pair them with those hollow socks, which also performed extremely well. So If you are looking for a solution for cold feet, I highly recommend these. Now, I'm still going to use my Tundra Aerogel socks because they are smaller and they take up less space in my pack. So those are officially going to be my summer to early fall feet warming solution. But then, you know, once kind of October, late October, November rolls around, these are the ones I'm definitely going to be putting in my packs. And again, if you suffer from cold feet, just like I do, I definitely recommend taking a look at these right here. Now, if you're wondering, you know, I do think the ideal solution is having both the Tundra Aerogel socks and these ones, but also if you're also asking, okay, well, I only want to buy one, which one should I do? I have a limited budget, get these ones. You know, these ones for sure will be the better all year round solution rather than the Tundra Aerogel socks. So hopefully you found this review to be helpful. As always, if you have any questions about this piece of gear, just let me know. And if you enjoyed this review, please help support this channel by hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate the support. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.